To my channel. Today's video is going to be super exciting because it is a new kitchen reveal, decorate with me, and a deep clean with me. Just for the kitchen only. I got new countertops put in and I'm so excited to share them with you. My kitchen looks completely different than it did before. It's so much brighter and I'm just so happy with it and I can't wait to show you guys. I am going to be deep cleaning the cabinets and drawers because they got really dirty from the construction, and while I'm in there I'm also going to be kind of decluttering and reorganizing those drawers. And at the end of the video I'm going to be decorating it with a few new things that I got, as well as repurposing some of my old decor, and I'm going to show you some before and afters. So if you're excited for today's video, I'd love to have you watch the whole thing through and give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. So without further ado, let's hop on into it. I am going to get started by first tackling this sink full of dishes. Lately I've been loving the 7th generation dishwasher packs. These are pretty green and they also work really well. Now I'm going to give my sink a good scrub down, and I'm going to be using the Barkeeper's Friend Soft Cleanser. I prefer this one over the powder version because the powder version always tends to leave some kind of white film in my sink no matter how well I rinse it out or how hot the water is. So I'm not sure why that is, but lately I've been loving the cream version. And to dry and polish my sink, I'm going to be using my Norwex stainless steel cloth. I love Norwex cloths because they have a silver agent embedded into the fibers in the cloths, and they sanitize and kill bacteria by only using water. Now that I've got my least favorite chore tackled, I'm going to start cleaning my countertops, and I'm going to be using a cleaner concentrate by Scentsy in the Johnny Appleseed scent. All you have to do is just mix a little bit of the cleaner concentrate into a spray bottle and then top it off with water, and it smells so good. It is not a natural cleaner, but it smells amazing, and I love the Scentsy cleaning sprays. So for my backsplash, I ended up choosing just a plain white subway tile with a pure white grout, and I got it at Lowe's. The brand is Satori. It was really inexpensive, and I just had the countertop installers install the backsplash for us when they were done. And just from the construction, my cabinets got really dirty. They have white stuff all over the cabinets from opening and closing drawers. So I'm going to give them a quick wipe down using the same cleaning spray and Norwex rag. And my appliances got really dusty as well, so I'm going to use my damp EnviroCloth from Norwex, and I'm going to follow up with the stainless steel cloth to polish and dry it. I don't know if you guys have dogs or pets in general, but if you do they follow you around as you clean your house? I find that I can't go anywhere without my 5-year-old daughter or my 2 dogs following me. We have 2 German Shepherds, and they are honestly like our other children because we only have our daughter. Cooper back there by the door is 6 years old almost, and we have Tilly. She is 2 years old. Now moving on to my lower part of the cabinets, I'm going to give these a really good wipe down, and then I'm going to go ahead and get my handheld vacuum and start cleaning the inside of all of these cabinets. So if you want to see what I store in them and how I organize them, please keep watching. Now that that whole side of the kitchen is cleaned and wiped down, I needed to clear my island off, so I am putting things back in their place. I don't like to keep a bunch of kitchen appliances on top of my counters, but I do keep my Keurig coffee pot on my counter because it's so big and bulky and I use it multiple times a day sometimes, so I keep it over here in the corner. And then I also keep my Scentsy salt lamp warmer. It's a wax warmer, and I keep that next to it as well. This is all the decor that I'm planning on using to decorate my kitchen with, so I'm just going to clear that off the island as well. Later on in the video, you will see how I chose to decorate my kitchen. One thing I was really excited about when we got the countertops installed is that we gained an extra 5 to 6 inches on our kitchen island. So now I really need to try to find some bar stools that I like. So we were going to get a new stove when we got the countertops installed, but the wait period was like 4 to 6 weeks. I just went to Lowe's and Home Depot and looked there, and they were shockingly really expensive. So this stove works fine, even though it is the age of the house, which is about 12 years old. Maybe one day down the road we'll replace it, but for now we just have the same old stove. The only thing that we ended up changing out was our sink. And my floors were very dusty and dirty and had debris everywhere, so I'm going to take my Dyson cordless vacuum. This is the V10 Animal one. I love it, and I'm just going to give my kitchen area a quick vacuum. I recently redid this dining area here and also my living room in a recent video that I recorded, and I uploaded it about a week ago. Or maybe 2 weeks ago now, I can't remember, but if you haven't seen that video yet, I will link it up here in the iCards as well as down below in the description box. So if that's something you wanted to see, definitely go watch it. It was quite the transformation, and I ended up just switching around a lot of decor in my home, and I have some good before and afters in that video. So to mop my floors today, I'm going to be using my Norwex mop system. All you have to do is get the blue mop attachment here, get it wet with water only, and it just velcros onto the mop, and it works amazing. I love this thing. It is so quick and easy. My house is pretty big, so I do have to wet this a few times and wring it out a few times when I'm mopping my whole house. But for just this whole main area of my home, I just have to wet it one time, and it gets up a lot of stuff. You'd be surprised. What I love about the Norwex cloths is that the fibers are 1/200th the size of a human hair, and they can hold up to 7 times its weight in matter. Any of the Norwex rags that say backlock on the tag, that means that there is a silver-based agent embedded in the fibers of the cloth that can sanitize things by just using water. And since it does have that silver embedded in the fibers, you don't have to wash them after every single use to clean them. All I do is just wring it out really well with water and use a little bit of their Norwex dish detergent to just get all the dirt out of the cloth, and I just hang dry it. I only have to wash them in really hot water about once a week. Now it's time to clean out all of my cabinets and drawers on the lower part of my kitchen. So I'm going to take everything out of each cabinet and give it a good vacuum and wipe the drawers clean with my spray and a clean rag. I did end up putting all of my silverware in the dishwasher, so when everything was all cleaned, this is how the drawer turned out. Below my silverware drawer, this is where I keep kind of like my random kitchen utensils. So I have a garlic press, a lemon squeezer, a pizza cutter, a knife sharpener, a meat thermometer, a wine opener, so stuff like that I keep in this drawer. And here is how this drawer turned out. I just quickly reorganized some things, but I did not declutter anything in this drawer. And the next one down, I keep all of my spatulas and cooking spoons and things like that. On this day, I did not feel like taking everything to the sink to wash them. I just used a clean, wet rag by Norwex, and since they do kill germs and bacteria, I felt comfortable doing it that way. But here is how this drawer turned out. I did go ahead and declutter some of the utensils that I wasn't using on the regular. And in the last drawer on this side, this is where I keep some other random kitchen things. So I have these gray hot pads that I got on Amazon. These are meant to protect your countertops from appliances that can produce a lot of heat. And then I also keep a few baking items, a hand mixer, and a rolling pin, and those teal silicone molds I use for making our bath bombs. Here is how this drawer turned out, and I do have those gray heat pads linked in my Amazon store that is in the description box. And then in this cabinet here to the left of those drawers, this is where I keep all of my pots and pans, my strainers, my vegetable steamers, things like that. I am very minimal when it comes to my pots and pans, and I do use every single one of them at some point throughout the week, so I feel like I don't need to declutter anything in this cabinet, but it was definitely very dusty, so it needed to be cleaned. And I do want to make a little disclaimer. I did rinse out my blue Norwex rag in between cleaning each cabinet, especially when it came to wiping down my pots and pans. Since I wasn't hand washing these in the sink, I wanted to use a clean rag to get all of the dust off of them. And the ones with lids, I didn't clean the inside because I just felt like the lid was protecting the inside of the pot, so that's why I did it this way. Here is how this cabinet turned out. I think it looks so much better and so much more organized. And I also just use a nail to hang my red strainer up on the side so it's not taking up so much space. Moving on to the right side of my oven, in this top drawer is where I keep all of my cleaning rags and my kitchen towels. So I have all my Norwex rags in here. As you can see, I do have plenty to switch out from. So this is like my proof that I'm not using the same rag over and over when I clean, but I'm just gonna give this a really good vacuum and wipe down, and I'm also going to be washing all of these rags. But here is how the drawer turned out after everything was clean and organized. Moving down, this is where I keep my oven mitts, my spatula holders. I also have Emma's aprons back there that my grandma made her. I have some koozies, and this is a spatula holder that my mom made when she was, I think, about 13. I think it said here on the back that she made it in 1974. She carved her name and the date on it, so I'm so happy that I still have it. and these are some hot pads for your bowls. So when you're eating like soups or something hot out of a bowl, it's not going to burn your hand. I love those. My grandma got them from a lady that made them for her. And in the next drawer, this is where I keep all of my Ziploc bags. I keep the gallon size, the little snack size baggies, and the sandwich size baggies. I keep aluminum foil and our plastic wrap. And this last drawer, I keep some other little kitchen gadgets. This is a vegetable dicer. I mainly use it for onions, celery, and carrots. And I do have that one linked in my Amazon store that's in the description box. And I also keep a cheese grater. I keep my Beachbody food measuring cups back there as well. And I don't really use those on the regular. I probably should get rid of them, but I may use them in the near future if I want to start measuring out my food. But this is how this drawer turned out. I did get a new cheese grater that finally came in the mail that day, so I put that in here. It's a really cool cheese grater. I got it on QVC. In this cabinet here on the right hand side of those drawers, I keep a lot of my baking dishes and my Pyrex measuring cups. I only keep a couple of different sizes, so I am just going to be dusting all of these out. And down below I have my Pioneer Woman casserole dishes. I love those so much. They're so cute. And then I also have a Pyrex baking dish on the bottom with a lid. Here's an example of how dusty everything got. This cabinet was probably the worst. I don't know why, but I am just dusting all of the lids off of my food storage containers. I love having this big cabinet because I'm able to keep the lids attached to each container and just stack them. In my old kitchen, I had to separate them and I would always lose the lids. They would get shoved in the way back. I would try to consolidate them in like a little organizer, and I would just have to constantly fish through the lids to try to find the right one. It was such a pain in the butt. So if you have the space, I would highly recommend just attaching the lid to each container. It will save you so much time when you need to get them out. Here's how this cabinet turned out. I would love to get some shelf racks to kind of elevate some of the food storage containers and just utilize some of that vertical space. I think it'd be so much easier to see everything. But moving on to this side of the kitchen where my island is, I have some drawers over here as well. And this top drawer here is my junk drawer. I try to organize this the best I can, but honestly, it gets pretty bad pretty quickly. So I was definitely needing to go through this drawer and just reorganize everything, wipe down each container, and just see what I have in here and what I can get rid of.
It's like we're losing all track of time. I just got one thing on my mind.
I am always switching things up in my house, so I always need to have a hammer, different types of screwdrivers, and Allen wrenches in my junk drawer because I use them a lot. I also keep scissors, pens, permanent markers, command strips, and nails, screws, and measuring tape, batteries, just random stuff that I use all the time. I would love to know what you guys keep in your junk drawers, so leave it in the comments below. This drawer is what I call my takeout drawer, so I keep like chopsticks, stainless steel straws, menus for to-go orders. I also keep those crushed red peppers that you get from pizza. If I have any hot sauce packets, I will throw those in there. This drawer is where I keep all of my Scentsy wax bars. I love Scentsy. Their wax bars are such good quality and they are much better than the kind you find at Walmart. They're bigger for only just a couple more dollars and they're made with way better ingredients. They're less toxic. Obviously they're not non-toxic, but they are less toxic and they're made with like food grade stuff. So I definitely prefer Scentsy. My sister-in-law is a consultant and I do have her website linked down below. So if you don't know a Scentsy consultant, you're more than welcome to check out her website and see everything you can buy from Scentsy. They have tons of different products. But here is how this drawer turned out. I did color coordinate my wax bars and I think it looks really pretty. This is the last drawer in my kitchen, and this is where I keep all of our barbecue utensils. So we do have a Traeger and just a regular gas barbecue or propane barbecue. So I like to keep everything in this drawer to make it easily accessible when we are barbecuing. In this cabinet to the right of those 4 drawers, I keep all of my baking sheets, my muffin pans, and a couple of racks for my microwave. And I also keep some cutting boards in here. On the bottom shelf, I have these big aluminum pans. These are what we use when we barbecue ribs on the Traeger. We'll just put the ribs in those big pans and season them that way. And I also keep my toaster down here, and this drawer really needed to be vacuumed because of the crumbs from the toaster alone. And I also wanted to vacuum out the crumbs from my toaster in case you guys didn't know, because I didn't know this. If you don't vacuum out the crumbs in your toaster, there is a possibility that your toaster will catch on fire. This actually happened to Amanda on YouTube here. Her channel is Amanda's Daily Dish, and she was actually talking about her toaster catching on fire in one of her most recent videos. She talked about that, so I appreciated her giving that tip because I didn't know that. This is going to be the last cabinet that I'm going to be cleaning in this video today, and then after this I'm going to be decorating my kitchen, so stay tuned if you want to see how everything turns out. But I am just kind of going through the cleaning products here, reorganizing them, and I'm not really getting rid of any of them, but this definitely just needed to be reorganized. Oh, and here's the Scentsy cleaner concentrate that I was talking about earlier. It's the Johnny Appleseed scent, and I also use the Thieves Household Cleaner Concentrate. Those two are some of my favorite cleaning sprays. Now I'm finally moving on to decorating the kitchen, and I did end up buying a couple of things at Hobby Lobby. I had a coupon and I wait until they have their 50% off sales for the items that I want to purchase. So right here I'm just rinsing out a little vase that I bought at Hobby Lobby. It was really dusty, and I'm going to be putting this teal flower arrangement that I also bought at Hobby Lobby. It was on sale, and I'm not really good with arranging flowers, so anytime I can find a good deal on a pre-arranged flower set, I will snag it up, and I just love the colors. And these here I have already had, so I'm just trying to see what looks good in this big tall vase. And as you can probably tell, I was not very happy because I was struggling trying to figure out how I wanted to arrange these fake flowers. So stay tuned to see what I came up with. So I decided to move my essential oil diffuser to this side of the kitchen. Before, I would keep it on my island in the middle, but I think it just looks better over here. This is a Scentsy essential oil diffuser, and they are really cool. How it works with their diffusers is you buy them as a set initially, so it comes with the diffuser itself, and then it also comes with a shade of your choice, and they have different kinds of interchangeable shades. So moving forward, if I ever wanted to change it up a little bit and change my decor, I don't have to get a whole new diffuser. I would just buy a new shade, and the shades are only about $40. Now it's time for some before and afters. So here is what my kitchen looked like before. As you can see, the granite was very dark and just kind of outdated looking. And here's what my kitchen looks like after getting just new countertops and a new backsplash. It looks so much more modern and so bright. I love it. I also love the contrast between the cabinets and the countertops. I really don't think we're going to refinish them now just because I love how everything looks. It is such a huge improvement. And here is a close-up of my countertops. We went with a quartz. This is Calicotta Botanica. I love the subtle veining in this countertop. On the center of my island, I ended up putting that big tall vase with a simple flower arrangement. And then here's what I ended up doing on this side of the kitchen. So I just have my diffuser, a candle, and a little flower arrangement there. And then over on this side by my stove, I have my Pioneer Woman cookbook just propped up on a little stand, and then my Pioneer Woman knife set on the other side. And then over here in this corner, I keep my coffee pot. I got a little teal bird with a succulent in it, and then my Scentsy warmer. And that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. And if you guys are curious to see how I transformed my dining room and my living room, definitely go check out that video. I will have it pulled up on the screen here. And if you haven't done so already, don't forget to subscribe before you head on out. And you can also follow me on Instagram. My handle is right here on the screen. I truly appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day to watch this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.